Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody. Let's make sure I got my screen shared. Okay. Everybody see my screen?
Looks good.
Okay, good. Let me strike here. Okay. So thanks for having me, Marty. And I'm going to focus today on the issue that we're solving. My name is Jim Grady. I am the founder and CEO of a company named Package Solutions in Atlanta. Came out of Georgia Tech about 5 years ago. We've been working on a product called Hello Package. Hello Package is here to address the last mile logistics issues we're all facing. If you didn't notice, e-commerce is exploding and the last mile is broken. And we are here to solve that. Atlanta happens to be the Palo Alto for logistics. We have a company here called UPS. FedEx is just up the road. Georgia Tech has the #1 logistics center in the world, possibly. And so we came out of that, and we're here to solve that issue. And I'm going to focus, as Marty asked me to do, on the business side of this up front. We're going to cover it pretty quick, and then we'll come back to it later. Our CFO's on, Bob Reeves, and he'll walk you through some of the things. So we have an initial opportunity in the apartment business. It's about a $500 million ARR, software and services only. We don't count hardware revenue. Software for package and delivery drivers at 35,000 to 45,000 apartment communities in the United States. They're all suffering from this problem. They are truly the point of the sword. And so we focus on that. And then the second opportunity, which is a larger opportunity, is a $1 billion plus opportunity where we take this platform, and it's a platform, ties together all the carriers, ties together all the back-end accounting systems, ties in all the IoT in apartments. It really brings it all together. And that's for apartments, student housing, condos, office, retail, hotels, convention center, anywhere there's a high density of packages and people and drivers, and you have to keep it all safe. It's all messed up right now. It's getting worse every single day. So there's two opportunities for us. So let me just walk through the business side of this first, because that's really kind of, I think, where you guys and ladies live. And it's a 41% gross margin, could be up to 70% gross margins, which is real VC kind of territory. Annual recurring revenue, growing must solve problem in the last mile. Opportunity to have a big idea of a platform, large worldwide market of $1 billion plus. We're already talking to the exit partners. You'll see some of the people on our team in a second. You'll see why. Very efficient customer acquisition cost. We sell one community at a large REIT or a large manager, and that ends up getting us potentially hundreds of deals. And unique technology, patent pending, products fully tested in the field. You'll see some examples of that in a second. It's fully scalable. We've worked through all the details on our manufacturing, our installation, our service, and our labor. We should not at this point see a success fail where we have a lot of people buy, but we can't service. So our team's experienced, myself, Paul Feveroff out of Georgia Tech, 11 years with a company called Parking Soft. So he did ingress, egress. We have Dave Caro, who spent most of his career in operations, and then Brandon Wynn for our sales, who has a lot of experience. Notably on this chart is we have the founder of FedEx Ground here. He started FedEx Ground. He worked directly for Fred Smith for 10 years. He was second in charge of FedEx, 450,000 employees. He's a multiple investor here, advisor, heavily involved in what we do. We have the chairman of the National Apartment Association here. He was national chairman a few years back. He's a property owner. We have the CFO of Gables, which is one of the largest REITs in the country. We have a 38-year veteran from UPS. We spend a lot of time with the Brown Truck Company. We have the largest laptop maker in the world here called Quanta. They invested early with a fund called Mesh. We have the largest angel group in the country that actually serves as a venture fund called Venture South out of South Carolina. And then a multitude of three factors: tech, logistics, and property owners. So we're most powerful software in the world for package management. We focus on two words that made Jeff Bezos famous: speed and convenience. It can't be too fast. It can't be too convenient. That's his motto. That's our motto. You have to reduce the friction in the last mile to solve this problem. It's busted. My daughter, there's a tectonic change happening. My daughter, who's 16, when a lot of us wanted to go buy something in the past, we'd get in our car, we'd have somebody drive us, we'd go to the store. My daughter holds up her phone and she says, "Dad, I really need this and I need it in an hour." That's how she thinks. The store actually comes to her. 350 million products at Amazon. It's growing, as you might know. So here's some facts. 2 billion deliveries a year by UPS. After 112 years of not delivering on Saturday and Sunday, they're now delivering on Saturday and Sunday, as are all the other major carriers. Amazon hired 310,000 workers. There's 100,000, they bought 100,000 electric vans. All the stores are now delivering. Instacart is worth about $18 billion. 14% of packages are oversized, beds in a box, tennis balls, paper towels, you name it. 33% of packages are returned. Buy 5 pairs of shoes, somebody mentioned earlier, and return 4. That's fine. They'll pay for the shipping. Amazon will. COVID sped the whole thing up about 4 to 6 years. And so what was growing really fast is already now growing faster. Everybody's ordering online now. I'm hearing some background noise. If whoever can mute, that'd be helpful. So the supply chain is huge. Think of it like a water main, and think of the last mile as the garden hose. You cannot keep driving the water main into the garden hose. It has to be thought through and redesigned, and that's what we've done. So 20%, e-commerce growing 20%. This is, if you see the FedEx or the UPS person, this is kind of what it looks like coming at you at an apartment community, much larger in some cases. Then you see the Amazon driver. He's a gig driver. He gets paid $15 an hour. He delivers in his car. He comes all times, night and day, weekends. Anytime he comes, he can get in. He'll get in somehow. And then you have Walmart and other stores delivering. And here's some of the logos that are delivering. 4,761 Walmarts, 1,850 Targets, 2,286 Home Depots, 2,002 Lowe's, Best Buy, Sam's Clubs, Walgreens, CVS's. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's all coming to you if you're an apartment owner. So apartment owners get paid to sign white pieces of paper called leases. They make no money from brown corrugated boxes. They want out of it. They hate it. This is some pictures of what it looks like for them at their communities. So what happened was manual solutions took about 2008 manual solutions. They basically take your package to give customer service. They put take a marker and put your apartment number on it. You come get it. If the office was closed, you couldn't get your package. About 2012, they were sick of that. The residents were sick of it and the apartment owners were sick of it. So they bought lockers. Fonzie used them about 50 years ago in Happy Days. They're about 100-year-old technology. They bought them from China, put some paint on them. The problem is if you have a FedEx envelope in a big locker, you end up tying up about 98% of the space for the next 48 hours. Carriers, drivers come in and just dump things in front of it because they don't want to take the time to load the lockers. So it ends up being a very inefficient way to do this. Now, those companies sold about 5,000 communities each. One of them sold for $100 million, bent metal out of China, not bad. So about 2019, we started releasing our software and product after working on it. And so did a company called Fetch. Fetch is off-site. They raised $32 million from VCs. They take it to a warehouse. You ship your packages to a warehouse if you're a resident, and then they bring them back. It sounds good, except the problem is you don't get your package in 1 hour. You sometimes get it the next day. So if you need that laptop for work, you don't have it. The other thing is you have to be home to receive your packages, which means you're meeting the cable guy, so to speak, 200 times a year. In our case, we're on site. UPS, FedEx, the people who do that the best deliver the packages. And we have a high density open shelf, just like Amazon warehouse system that measures the weight of the package. And I'm going to show you how it works in a video shortly. So you check in fast. It's high density, about 4 to 5 times the amount of packages in a given space as a locker system. So there's really 4 options: manual, 2008, hallways. Hallways sound good. Let drivers go up the stairs because most apartments don't have elevators, except you get big packages out there, people trip. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And it also promotes theft because it's super easy to take a package out of a hall. Lockers I talked about, very inefficient. And then offsite, it's a model. It's just a model. The company that tried it before Fetch failed because they couldn't get their cost in line. Heavily labor intensive. What we built, and I'll show you in a second, advanced software, custom design hardware, modern sensors. We use weight, file patents on it. Computer vision, not buzzword. We're moving to computer vision now. Machine learning and AI. Computer vision will be our main sensor. Weight will be our secondary sensor. If you put those two together, what you end up having is an Amazon Go store. That's exactly what an Amazon Go store is. Computer vision and weight. And that's what we are. We're filing separate patents. We're in the last mile logistics space, not competing with Amazon. So let me just quickly, if I can get out of this, I want to show you, because I think it helps to see the system. This is on our website, www.hellopackage.com. This is how the system works. Can you guys, everybody see that? Can you see the video?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, so the driver comes in, he has a code, he could have 100 packages. I mean, it's amazing how many packs they bring. Taps in, he has a permanent use code because he's UPS. Comes in, all he does, hold that package under a camera. We OCR that label. We'll soon integrate with the barcodes of UPS. As soon as they open up their network, we spend a lot of time with them, and they're going to open up the network, so it'll be even faster. But scans it, we read the label, OCR, and then the driver, who's an expert at this, plays a game of Tetris. Anywhere there's space, doesn't care. As soon as that package touches down, we measure the weight. We work with NCR, just like you do in a grocery store when you're checking out, like at a Walmart or Kroger or whatever. Measure the weight. We marry the weight down to 20 grams, really light. Marry it to the name that's on the package. So then what happens is we do that match, and that resident gets a code. They get an email, text, email, whichever way they want to get it, or both, or on our app, and they get a picture and they get a short video of their package arriving. They then take their phone, they go to the door, tap in the code, and then they come in and we light up. If you notice, it lights up in green. Takes her about 30 seconds to find her package. Very dense. You can put a ton of packages in this little space. Some of our rooms are huge. This is a smaller one. And notice the big stuff on the floor. We take any size. You can ship a bed in a box. You can ship tennis balls. It doesn't matter what you ship. It's no problem. And we do that. That person picks up their package. If you notice it turn red, thank you, see you later. That's it. That's the entire experience. We process, we manage the carriers outside, we manage the packages coming in, we manage the drivers, we manage the returns, and we manage soon delivery to your apartment and inside your apartment, which is crazy, which means my grandfather would have thought it was magic. You order something on a phone and it ends up in your apartment. You don't like it anymore, you push a button and it goes away. Somebody comes and takes it. We're almost to that level. We're one click away. We're hopefully going to sign an agreement where we can deliver in apartment. So there's a room edition. It's a Rector set. There's a ton of technology that we built into this thing. And then it goes into a container edition. So if you don't have a room, you expand your space, and you have a software only edition. This is a picture of the container, single, double, triple wide. So you can drop a room at any location. There's a picture of the mobile app. So here's some of the customers that signed up. They're calling us the Tesla of the market. We have a market niche where we are the most sophisticated, and a lot of developers, a lot of people who have these nice properties are wanting to use. We have 16 customers. They own or manage 4,600 communities. We have the #1 apartment manager in the country, Greystar. We have Lincoln. They have doing business with us now. Pinnacle, Bozzuto, Essex, largest apartment owner on the West Coast of the United States, $14 billion REIT, 254 properties in California, Oregon, Washington, Toll Brothers, First Communities, et cetera, et cetera. They're all using the system, seeing how it works, and starting to roll it out. So this is our breakout year for sales. So here's a couple of the properties to show you a few. This is Palmer. We just got this deal, new development in Birmingham, first class, overlooking the ball field. It's really amazing property by Daniel. This is arguably one of the top properties in the United States. It's called 500 Folsom, 42 floors of love. I call it downtown San Francisco, overlooking the Bay Bridge by Essex, largest apartment owner on the West Coast. 7,000 packages we managed for them in December in 1 month, 7,000 without breaking a sweat. This is Woodfield. They've given us almost their whole portfolio. They have 17, 18 properties. They're giving them to us. This is Greenville. This is Atlanta, the uh,